Designing Pokemon based on the 50 states in the USA, a series where I try to imagine Pokemon living among us by designing Fakemon for each state and talk a little about the state so we learn something along the way. Today's Pokemon comes to us from Massachusetts, the state known for colored socks, tea parties, and the Salem Witch Trials. I don't know about you, but if I had to choose to learn about any one of those things, I'd rather learn about witches. So let's get into it. The Salem Witch Trials were a series of hearings and prosecutions of people accused of witchcraft in colonial Massachusetts back in the 1600s. It was a curious case of mass hysteria fueled by religious fanatics and a supernatural paranoia. They weren't the first group of people afraid of witches. Witchcraft has been the umbrella term used to demonize anything people don't understand for a very long time. A lot of it stemmed from the church. In the late Middle Ages, the church outlawed divination and ceremonial magic as heresy, prompting religious witch hunts in the 1420s. People turned to the church for guidance during this time as they struggled with war, sickness, and poor harvests. It was easy for the church to blame everything on witches and demons. The most prominent target for these accusations were women, but superstitions varied around the world. One shared belief is that witches had familiars, or animal companions, iconically represented by the black cat, though they could really be any number of animals. During the Middle Ages, cats were killed off in such high numbers that it's speculated by some to be an indirect cause of the Black Plague. The plague was famously spread by fleas on rats, and it's believed that having not killed off large numbers of cats, it could have maybe helped prevent this. However, it's been proven since then that the main carriers of fleas and lice were actually humans, so go take a shower. Back to the witch trials in Massachusetts. This was a case of religious zealots targeting others for their misfortune and giving them the option of death or confession and pointing out other witches in the town. Those accused were often outsiders in society and were really just scapegoats for the town's misfortunes. To escape persecution, they would accuse others of witchcraft, wanting to be freed. This led to mass panic and mistrust, resulting in the deaths of 25 innocent people. What better way to represent this bit of history than with a familiar? Say hello to Wiccan, the mystical cat Pokemon. The name stems from the Wiccan religion and the word kitten. Wicca is a modern form of paganism with many connections to witchcraft. Wiccans share a belief in the importance of the feminine principle and a deep respect for nature. They practice some form of ritual magic, almost always considered good or constructive. What better way to represent femininity and nature than a spiritual cat Pokemon? These Pokemon have a strong spiritual connection to the world and the mystical properties of the universe. They make great pets and strong partners if you find yourself in a battle. They have very high special attack and defensive stats, but their small build prevents them from being physical attackers, but rather nimble and quick special attackers. What do you think of this design? Is there room for this Pokemon on your team? Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.